If you're preparing to sail on the Norwegian Bliss out of San Pedro Cruise Port in Los Angeles, your vacation actually begins the moment you pull up to the pier. Embarkation day is a whirlwind of excitement, but let's be honest, it can also feel a bit hectic if you don't have a plan. Today, we're breaking down the entire NCL Bliss embarkation process step by step. We're covering everything from navigating the San Pedro terminal to the exclusive NCL Haven priority boarding experience. We'll share the surprises we encountered, the logistical wins, and the insider tips that will help you skip the stress and get straight to the action.
Exactly. A few smart moves in these first few hours can turn a travel day into a vacation day. Stick around because we're showing you exactly how to master day one on the Bliss. Hi, I'm Pat.
And I'm Kathy.
And we are Calm Sea Cruise. So before we even arrived at the port, we decided to make a roughly 6-hour drive to San Pedro and stay the night before at the Crowne Plaza Los Angeles Harbor Hotel. The drive was challenging, so we may skip this option the next time. If you are driving or flying in, arriving the day before can take away so much of the stress that can come with embarkation morning. Instead of worrying about traffic, timing, or delays, you wake up already near the port and ready to start your cruise relaxed. Arriving the day before, we were able to walk down to the 6th Street to Harbor Boulevard, cross the street to the pier area, and the American Merchant Marine Veterans Memorials there. We walked around the pier to catch views of the small tour boats and watch the Royal Princess embark. The pier was busy with people since it was Easter weekend. We also saw the Queen Mary docked and the USS Iowa battleship nearby. One of the things we liked about this hotel is that they offer a cruise package that includes your overnight parking, stay, breakfast, shuttle to and from the port, and the parking for the whole duration of your cruise. For parking, they preferred you to use the valet since there's a small lot and they need to double park vehicles. That combination can be very convenient, especially if you are trying to make things simple and avoid multiple reservations or extra planning.
On the morning of the cruise, they offer a shuttle service to the port. You need to book your shuttle time in advance. We booked the 9:30 a.m. shuttle time, which was really a little too early. Next time, we'll book the 10 a.m. shuttle since boarding does not begin until 10:30 a.m. Instead of navigating traffic again and figuring out where to park, we were able to head straight to the terminal without any stress. It really turned embarkation morning into a smooth and relaxed experience instead of a rushed one. Another benefit is that you can take your time getting ready that morning. We were able to enjoy the breakfast that was included in our package. If you purchased it separately at the time of our stay, it was $28. It was a good deal. Starting your cruise this way sets a completely different tone, and it makes embarkation day feel like part of the vacation, not something you have to get through.
Now let's talk about San Pedro Cruise Terminal. Unlike the shiny new terminals in Miami, Los Angeles has a more of an industrial feel. It's functional, but it can be crowded during peak check-in times. If you're driving straight to the port, as you approach, keep a sharp eye on the signage. It's easy to get turned around and head toward the cargo ship area if you aren't paying attention. We were on the 710 freeway coming to the port, and our GPS told us to take a turn onto North Front Street. However, there was no North Front Street. It was Harbor Boulevard, which was confusing.
And we highly recommend padding your schedule with an extra 30 minutes. Between LA traffic and parking or shuttle logistics, that buffer is your best friend. If you're using a rideshare like Uber or Lyft, they'll drop you right at the curb, which is definitely the easiest option. Bottom line, don't race the clock. Arriving with time to spare is always the best.
The moment you step out of your car, Lyft, or in our case the shuttle, you'll spot the porters. This is where you hand over the heavy luggage. Make sure to note where the shuttle drops you off, since that's where you'll have to return after the cruise. You want to print and attach your NCL luggage tags at home. It saves you from fumbling with staplers and tape at the terminal. We use plastic luggage tag holders and keep them in a folder in our backpack so they're easy to access when we need them. Now, while the porters handle your larger suitcases, it's good form to tip them. A couple of dollars a bag will be very much appreciated.
Be sure to keep a day one bag with you. This should include your boarding passes, passports, valuables, and most important, your medications. You won't see your luggage for a few hours, so if you plan to head straight to the pool or hot tub, pack your swimwear in your carry-on. I also like to pack an evening outfit just in case the luggage delivery is delayed. We often book specialty dining on the first night since it's typically less crowded. Handing off your luggage is such a symbolic moment. Once the wait is gone, your vacation truly begins.
You'll head into Pier 92 Terminal and enter the main tent area where the energy starts to build. You'll go through a security screening similar to an airport, then move into document verification. Now, to keep things moving smoothly, have your NCL app open or printed e-documents ready. The flow at San Pedro is generally efficient, but it does ebb and flow with bus arrivals and shuttles. We found that having your paperwork organized in a single folder makes this part of the day a total breeze, instead of a scavenger hunt through your backpack.
The good news is I did not need to remove my Apple Watch during security. I simply placed my purse and carry-on suitcase on the belt without any issues. Efficiency is key here. The more prepared you are, the faster you move through, and the sooner you'll be on board.
If you booked a Haven suite, this is where things really shift. Once you exit security, you'll see the Haven check-in area. An attendant will greet you and confirm your cabin is in the Haven, then escort you into a private check-in space that feels completely separate from the main terminal. They'll verify your passport, take your security photo, and provide your cruise cards in a Haven holder. You're then directed into a private lounge, which is much quieter.
For us, the Haven experience truly begins here. It's not just about the shorter lines, it's about the change in atmosphere. You go from a busy terminal into a calm, comfortable space with refreshments like coffee, tea, water, juice, and light snacks. It creates that VIP feeling and transforms embarkation into a relaxing experience.
Once you're checked in, there's usually a brief holding period before being able to board. The doors officially open at about 10:30 a.m. They board by groups, starting with the Haven and high-level latitude members. You'll hear the announcements and can feel the collective buzz in the room. If you're in the general boarding area, keep an ear out for the group number. If you're in the Haven Lounge, a concierge will personally lead your group. They call groups by your muster station.
That transition from the terminal to the gangway is the moment every cruiser lives for. The San Pedro terminal has a longer gangway, so more time to get excited.
Yeah. The moment you step across the gangway onto Norwegian Bliss, everything changes. You're immediately greeted by smiling crew members welcoming you on board. And there's just this instant shift in the energy. It feels real. If you're staying in the Haven, you're typically escorted directly to your muster station first. That's part of the streamlined onboarding process. However, in our case, we actually missed the escort, so we completed our muster station on our own. After that, a crew member guided us up to the Haven area, and we were able to head straight into the Horizon Lounge, the Haven's observation lounge. That was such a nice way to start, grabbing a drink, having a small bite, and just taking a moment to take it all in. For guests outside of the Haven, this is usually when people head to the buffet or one of the main dining rooms like Taste, Savor, or the Manhattan Room. The buffet can get very busy on embarkation days, so if you're looking for a calmer experience, the main dining rooms are a great option. There's a lot happening at this moment. People are exploring, grabbing food, taking photos. One of our biggest tips here is simple. Just take a breath. You made it. Now, we call that first hour on board the golden hour, and this is one of the most important strategies for a smooth cruise. While most people immediately head to the buffet, we recommend doing the opposite. This is your opportunity to explore the ship while it's relatively quiet. Now, the Bliss is a large ship built in 2018, I believe, and getting familiar with the layout early will save you time throughout the week. Focus on the public areas like decks 6, 7, and 8, where a lot of dining entertainment spaces are located, as well as the upper decks 16, 17, and 18, where you find pools, lounges, outdoor spaces, as well as a racetrack, and at the buffet. You may want to check out places like the District Brew House on deck 8 or take a walk along the waterfront. These areas can get very busy later, but during embarkation, they're much more relaxed. We recommend you book your specialty dining well in advance of the cruise. NCL will allow reservations to be made several months ahead of Sailaway, but if you haven't done that already, booking your specialty dining is something you want to do almost immediately after you get on board. You can use the NCL app, or you can go to one of the digital touchscreens located around the ship. Getting those reservations locked in early ensures you get the times in the restaurants you really want.
The first hour really sets the tone for your entire cruise. When you take the time to explore and get your bearings, everything feels easier for the rest of the trip. Instead of constantly checking maps, trying to figure out where things are, you already have that mental picture of the ship. It also gives you a chance to find your favorite spots early.
Now, around 1:30 or 2 o'clock, you'll usually hear the announcement that cabins are ready. Walking into your cabin for the first time is exciting because it's your home base for the entire cruise. Your luggage will start arriving a little later throughout the afternoon, sometimes quickly, sometimes not so quick, depending on volume. Now, we like to unpack as soon as possible. Getting everything put away in the room will feel more organized, more spacious, and honestly just more comfortable. Take a few minutes to check everything. Make sure your key cards work, look over the cabin. If you have a balcony, step outside and enjoy the first view.
There's a huge sense of relief when you finally close your cabin door, unpack your bags, and realize you don't have to move again for a week.
But before you fully relax, there's a few important things to take care of. First, your phone and other devices. Don't forget them. They need to go on airplane mode, and you want to connect to the ship's Wi-Fi if you have a Wi-Fi plan. The NCL app will work whether you have a plan or not, and it will be your main tool for checking daily activities, dining reservations, and schedules. One thing to note is the app typically shows the current day schedule, not anything in the future like some other cruise apps. Next is the muster drill. This process is much easier than it used to be. You'll watch a short video either on the app during your check-in process before the cruise or in your cabin TV. Then go to your assigned muster station to check in. Your muster station is listed on your cruise card, so make sure to complete this early.
Getting these tasks done early really frees up the rest of your day. Once your muster drill is complete, you don't have to think about it again, and that means you can fully enjoy Sailaway without any interruptions. If you have the free at sea drink package, this is also a perfect time to grab a drink, really that first drink officially, and kick off your vacation. You can also check the Freestyle Daily, which will be delivered to your cabin, which is really cool, to see what's happening that evening, from shows to live music to special events.
Now, as the ship prepares to leave the port of Los Angeles, the energy on board really starts to build. You'll see incredible views as you pull away, including the USS Iowa, the Vincent Thomas Bridge. Now, the pool deck can get very crowded and loud during Sailaway. From our previous experience on the Bliss, we remembered that Malting's Whiskey Bar tends to be a much quieter embarkation day venue, and it did not disappoint. Well, we were able to grab a drink in a calm setting, and then take a step outside on deck 8 and enjoy the Sailaway with views without all the crowds.
That Sailaway moment is something every cruiser looks forward to. You feel the ship start to move, the city slowly fades away, and suddenly you're out on the open ocean. The sea breeze, the sound of water, and just that feeling of leaving everything behind. It's such a powerful moment. For us, this is when the vacation truly begins. Embarkation Day on the Norwegian Bliss is truly the gateway to an incredible adventure. When you understand the flow of San Pedro Port, take advantage of strategies like arriving early, using the golden hour on board, and knowing what to expect. Everything becomes so much easier. Each step takes a role in setting the tone for your entire trip.
Now, if this guide helped you plan your upcoming cruise, we would really appreciate it if you gave this video a like and left a comment below. Are you sailing on Bliss soon? We would love to hear about your travel plans and answer your questions. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to Calm Sea Cruise. It really helps us out. And we will give you more tips, guides, and real cruise experiences to help you cruise smarter and travel better. Until the next time, we'll see you on the next adventure.
Bye, everyone.